The Lagos State University held its 21st Convocation lecture on Tuesday, 21st of March 2017 at the auditorium of the institution in Ojo, Lagos State. Lagos State University was established in 1983 by the enabling law of the Lagos State government for the advancement of learning and establishment of academic excellence. The university has been adjudged as the best state university in Nigeria by the National Universities Commission ranking in 2016. The Lagos State University has an FM radio station for the dissemination of information in the university community and its environs, donated to it by Sir Kensington Adebutu CON, one of those to be honored with an honorary doctorate degree at the university's convocation ceremony. The Lagos State University Convocation brought together dignitaries and scholars from different sectors of life, particularly the education sector. The theme of the 21st Lagos State University Convocation Lecture is Beyond Education, Bridging the Gap for Graduate Employability in Nigeria. The Vice-Chancellor of Lagos State University is Professor Olanrewaju Adigun. He was born on the 19th of October 1966. He is an academic, author, and a professor of environmental law. He is the 8th substantive Vice-Chancellor of Lagos State University, appointed by Governor Hakeem of Lagos State. Professor Fagbon began his academic career in January 1991 as an assistant lecturer at the Faculty of Law, Lagos State University. Here he rose to the rank of Reader and Associate Professor of Law in 2004, before he became a full Professor of Environmental Law in 2008. Professor Fagbon is one of the academics that contributed to the development of the curriculum of the teaching of environmental law in Nigerian universities. He has served as head of Department of Business Law, as well as head of Department of Private and Property Law. Professor Fagbon also served as member of the University Senate and coordinator of the Department of Environmental Law and Allied Disciplines for Environment and Science Education of the university. He was formerly the editor-in-chief of the Law Journal. In his opening remarks, the Vice-Chancellor of the Lagos State University, Professor Olanrewaju Adigun, said the reason for the lecture is to look at education differently as it affects unemployment. He said the lecturer will interrogate critical areas affecting unemployment in Nigeria. He described the convocation lecturer, Mr. Hakeem Oguniran, as a first-class brain whose thoughtful suggestions will help to combat unemployment among graduates. The Vice-Chancellor of Lagos State University, Professor Olanrewaju Adigun, welcomed everyone to have a most fulfilling time at the convocation lecture.
The relevant issues. For several years, he was in the academia before he left to join the industry. Even at that, he has always been two legs in the industry and an ad hoc leg in the academia. He is very much at home with the secrets of these two sides, which are inextricably linked in their relationship and must effectively work together in the interest of our graduates and the progress of our nation, which is aimed at deepening entrepreneurship and employability of final year students of the Lagos State government-owned tertiary institutions. Our distinguished lecture series, through which we bring leading entrepreneurs and industry leaders to share perspective with our students, is another one. What is clear is that for as long as we keep probing our challenges with rigor, our expectations will be fulfilled. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I heartily welcome you to this convocation lecture. Happy listening.
The 21st Convocation Lecture of Lagos State University was delivered by Mr. Hakeem Oguniran, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Uacn Property Development Company, PLC. Mr. Hakeem Oguniran is a lawyer, chartered secretary, and fellow of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. He holds LLB, LLM, and MBA degrees from the University of Lagos. Mr. Hakeem Oguniran was called to the Nigerian bar in 1985. He was formerly a law lecturer at the University of Lagos. He joined Uacn Nigeria plc as a manager legal services in 1995 and was later appointed as Western Area Manager and Marketing Manager, respectively, of GBO MDS Division of Uacn. Mr. Hakeem Oguniran was the Divisional Managing Director of MBS Logistics Division of Uacn and a past President and Chairman of Council of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. A former Fulbright Scholar at Yale School, Mr. Hakeem Oguniran has attended various senior management and leadership programs at Ashridge Management College, United Kingdom, Cranfield University, Harvard Business School, and London Business School. Mr. Hakeem Oguniran also has in his kitty many awards. These include the Lagos State Man of the Year Award 2015, Top 25 Chief Executive Officers in Nigeria in 2014, Osun State Governors Award 2007, among others. Mr. Hakeem Oguniran is also an ordained minister at the Four Square Gospel Church. In the lecture, Mr. Hakeem Oguniran spoke extensively on the gaps that have militated against graduate employability in Nigeria over the years. He professed solutions to address the problem. Mr. Hakeem Oguniran said that the world of work has changed and new organizations are emerging in place of the traditional functional and hierarchical business models, and this has brought about new realities which have compelled the need to think and act differently.
In the introduction, I try to set the context for the discussion by looking at Nigeria, the issue of human resource deployment and human resource development in Nigeria. The second part of the presentation, I look at the meaning of employability, because a lot of people take a very simplistic view of employability. They just say employability is ability to gain employment after graduation. Even though that is the meaning, but employability has a much deeper meaning. Education is great for employability, but beyond education, there are other requirements which the students and the graduates, they ought to pay particular attention to in order to ensure that they do well when they get into the world out there. Now we're saying that high rate of employment. According to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, unemployment has grown in Nigeria for the last 7 quarters. As at the third quarter of 2016, it was 13.9%. So there's a high rate of employment. And so when you advertise, you get a deluge of applications, but you struggle to fill those vacancies.
In his submission, Mr. Hakeem Oguniran stated that excellent certificates and great grades are of paramount consideration, but no longer of first importance in this day and age. Complementary life skills such as problem-solving ability, reflective and critical thinking, interpersonal and team-spirit skill, effective communication skills, good character, integrity, and high level of personal ethics are what employers are out to embrace these days.
Let me conclude this paper by addressing the young people, especially the graduates and the students in this audience. You have listened, and hopefully you have understood the fundamental problems of graduate employability. We have highlighted the Nigerian paradox, the inability to get stable candidates to fill the limited vacancies. We have also demonstrated that education is but one of the many drivers of employability. But the real question at this juncture is, what will you do with all this information at your disposal? In my view, you have to make some choices today. You have to make a choice whether you want a job or whether you want a career. You have to make a choice whether you want to join the crowd or whether you want to stand out. You have to make a choice whether you want to swim with the tide or against the tide. Whether you want to take your destiny in your hands, or whether you want to labor under the illusion of some entitlement mentality. You have to make a choice whether you want to dump your knowledge or optimize same through a rigorous application. Whether you want to give up even before you start, or whether you want to seize the moment, utilizing your present pedestal.
He encouraged students to proceed to the world of business with zest, passion, and high expectation for the future.
Permit me to give you some candid advice as I close. Be not deceived. The world of business is tough, it is brutal, and it is unfriendly. You will face daunting challenges, whether in employment or as an entrepreneur. Remember that the choices you make or refuse to make will always be the differentiating factor. I encourage you to proceed from here with zest, with passion, and very high expectations for the future. In spite of our challenges as a nation, we have a potentially great economy in our hands. And just in the past 2 weeks, PricewaterhouseCoopers issued a report titled The Long View: How Will the Global Economic Order Change by 2050? Looking at the 30 biggest economic powers by 2050. Out of 32 countries, Nigeria was ranked 14, ahead of Egypt, ahead of South Africa, ahead of Spain, ahead of Australia, and ahead of Argentina. And my view is, if we just get our acts together, it might be their turn to start queuing for Nigerian visas very soon. Thank you, and God bless.
After the very intellectually stimulating lecture, the Registrar of Lagos State University, Mr. Louis Hakeem, quoted the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Olanrewaju Adigunfagbon, the Pro-Chancellor, Professor Adebayo Ninolowo, and the former Executive Secretary of National Universities Commission, Professor Peter Okebukola, to present an award to Mr. Hakeem Oguniran, the guest lecturer, for the 21st Convocation Ceremony of Lagos State University.
I want to thank Mr. Hakeem Oguniran. This is a distinguished award presented to you as the guest lecturer at the 21st Convocation Ceremony of the Lagos State University. Thank you very much.
After a series of photo and video sessions, the Registrar, Mr. Louis Hakeem Oladapo, gave the vote of thanks. The special highlight of the 21st Convocation of Lagos State University will be the conferment of honorary doctorate degrees on 3 distinguished Nigerians: Sir Kessington Adebutu Uacn, who is a major benefactor of the institution, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, and Mrs. Folonsho Alakija.
What Mr. Hakeem Oguniran has done this afternoon is to give us a practical excursus of what we should be looking at if we want to deepen the employability of our graduates. What he has done is to look at the historical background, the theoretical perspective of what you need to have and what determines the employment market. And he has given a number of recommendations, part of which the university must also quickly go ahead to embrace if we want to deepen the employability of our graduates. In critical terms, you will see that he has not just identified the kind of skills that is required of graduates. He has also gone ahead to identify what is it that the Nigerian system also must do in terms of making the environment conducive. What is it that the institutions must do, and what is it that the graduates themselves must do for them to be employable?
We are so glad and proud of him. We've been together for quite a while, and I know that some of the distinguishing features he could contribute to the country and to the society, he has highly highlighted them. I believe he will continue to be a blessing to this generation. I think he has brought to the fore that brain is not enough. Use your hands and make sure you use your intellect. He calls it emotional education. And I think that is a good balance we look forward to in our students.
You know, Hakeem, pastor, is a consummate entrepreneur. smart Alec, a brilliant young man, and who has held his own in the business world for a while now. I have learned so very much today. It's not just the pamphlet. You need to listen to this man. And the beauty of it again is that he leveraged on a lot of researches, reports written by World Bank, Deloitte Haskins, mention it all over the place globally. So that it was a very rich lecture, and I'm sure you yourself must have learned a lot from it.
On today's lecture, it was awesome because I really learned a lot. I learned so many things, like how to be employable while in school. I also learned some things that not only your GPA also matters. What really matters has to do with your intellectual capability, number one. Then how to compose yourself when you go for interview outside. So that was some of the things I learned today.